What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. And this is the next edition of the deck check. And in this video, I'm gonna be checking out the brand new Pool 3 deck that TLSG used to push to Infinite this season. He just made a video about it. Looks pretty interesting, looks kind of familiar, so I wanted to give it a try. But before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris. I also go by Bootman. And if you love Marvel Snap as much as I do and you are interested in the competitive aspect, pushing Infinite, entering tournaments, all that kind of stuff, this is the channel for you because like in this video, I'm here to test out decks, give my opinions, and see how they go, all right? And we do a bunch of cool stuff here. Down in the description below, we have an awesome Discord server, and I also do monthly giveaways for the season pass, but you gotta follow me over on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. That's also linked down in the description below. All right, so TLSG just came out with this video and I wanted to test it out because, well, I guess the first thing I'll say is I'm glad to see that TLSG just hit Infinite. And here's why. A lot of us this season have been struggling. I hear from all of you on Twitter, heard from a lot of you on Discord. While there are, quite a few people who have hit Infinite by now, the season's been going rough for a lot of us, right? So TLSG just hit Infinite. Myself, I just broke the 90s. It has been an insane season. Like day one of the season, I got to 81, all right? Then I kind of was like, okay, this is gonna be easy, whatever. Then things just gotta start going sideways. I've been talking to people who hit like 93, now they're back down in the 70s, all sorts of wild stuff. So I've been pushing, the last 13 ranks or something with a Shuri deck because I just pulled Shuri. I might talk about that in another video pretty soon here. But anyways, TLSG just went over this deck and it looks a lot like this She-Dub deck that I was running last season. I made a video about it and I've been thinking about that deck a lot. I've been like, you know what? I think that deck might work because I made a video the other day on this Pool 3 deck that's kind of like decent against, Death Wave and all that. But this utilizes like magic, right? So you get a turn 7, you can skip turn 6, and then you get She-Hulk and Infinite. And if you doubled up on your She-Hulk, you're pushing out like 40 power on the final turn. It's hard for the opponent to even know where you're going, right? So this is a little bit of a spin on it. So anyways, before I jump into it, I'm just gonna let TLSG break it down, discuss the idea behind it, then I'll give some of my opinions and we'll jump into some games.
So today's deck is kind of a mashup of a couple of different ideas, and the first one being the She-Hulk and Infinite combo. If you use magic and then you skip on turn 6, you can drop both She-Hulk and Infinite on the same turn, along with a 1-cost card to push a lot of surprising amounts of power onto the board. Now, this alone feels kind of gimmicky, and you have to have a very specific set of cards to be able to make this work successfully. And so a couple of different versions of this kind of started surfacing with a few different game plans. And so this version is the one that I've had the most success with. I actually climbed from low 90s to Infinite with it in a relatively short amount of time, just because of the versatility it has. So instead of being all in on the She-Hulk and Infinite portion of the combo, this one runs a couple of different cards to try to give you a couple of different outs in case you don't draw into that particular play. And so there are a couple of clog factors in your Hood and your Green Goblin. You want to run Hood anyways, because you're going to get the 6 power demon token to be able to use on turn 7 along with a She-Hulk and an Infinite to kind of further extend that reach that you have. And using the Viper or the Carnage helps you clean it up. We have the Green Goblin that can help clog their board even further. So if you can identify a key location to drop that Green Goblin, sometimes you can cap out the opponent's lane and you can capitalize on the restricted space that they're going to have. This version also runs Shang-Chi. A lot of times these decks, if the opponent runs like a Shuri combo and they just have like 1 or 2 really massive high-powered plays, if you can Shang-Chi it, then you can take away a lot of their board presence. And so a lot of times you could do something like a double She-Hulk and a Shang-Chi on the last turn to swing a couple of lanes in your favor when the opponent might think that their 60 power Red Skull was enough to lock it down. But overall, the decklist has run phenomenally for me. Today's video is not running as consecutive of games as my other ones are going to. And the reason for that is while I was recording, the hot location was in effect, but this is not necessarily a hot location deck. It runs Green Goblin, which is great for the hot location, but this is primarily designed for just every game play.
All right, so one of the key differences, I actually don't remember that deck off the top of my head. I do know there's a couple differences. One of them mainly is Green Goblin and then the Viper move and stuff like that. So I find that kind of interesting, clogging up the opponent's board and everything. I just played like 1 game with it and it worked pretty well. I was able to send a Green Goblin over, I was able to send a Hood over and just like negate some of their power and end up winning it. So I was like, okay, first round's pretty good. So I like this, and from what TLSG is saying, like even if you don't get like the double She-Hulk and like Infinite from a magic, like there are still some other play lines. So let's test it out because I'll be honest with you, like I love like using different decks and everything like that, but this season's just been so rough. Like now that I found a deck that's just like been consistent for me, and I've like nailed down the snap and retreat strategy. Like I'm just using it, but I'm always I want to switch things up. I want to do other decks, try other different things, and I think it might be time for it. I have seen the Death Wave decks kind of dial back a little bit, but who knows with the whole Space Throne thing that was going on. That was bonkers. By the way, did you guys know the Second Dinner is thinking about testing not using these like hot and featured locations or like switching up how they do it? That's pretty sweet, right? Anyways, I'll shut my face now and let's jump into some games. Then I'm gonna open my face again. All right, looks like we're playing against Dara J. This must be Dara J.N.'s like cousin or something, right? All right, so get a little Quinjet action out here. One thing about this though is like the Quinjet is like purely here for the She-Hulk. You know what I mean? Oh, this is just this must be how the game's coded, right? Icebox comes out and it has to hit your magic. It absolutely has to hit your magic, you know? I'm just gonna get some power out here. Like, well, what else am I gonna do? Oh, you smell that? I smell a Mr. Negative. Then next turn I could do a Goblin and a Hood. I guess that'll help if they try to put like Iron Man over here. Is that through Mr. Negative? Ew. Oh, man. Oh, I guess I could put one over there, right? Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I'm just like, okay, let's clog up their Wong. They can put another Wong over here, you know? So it'll be interesting. If I get a Viper, it'll be pretty funny, you know? But if I get a Viper, then it'll be kind of a risky move because I'll be clogging up 3 of their spots that I think might just stay over here at Hood. Oh, now it's clogged. This is kind of silly, right? There's a nice little win. Okay, starting off with a little Viper Hood combo action. Dang. Hood, Viper, Green Goblin. That's purty. Yeah, like even though these decks are like kind of fun, you know, like I hate playing against them. I hate when people are just shoving stuff over on my side of the board. People were trying to do it a lot yesterday with the Space Throne. They were using like debris and all sorts of silly stuff. And I'm just like, please stop. Please just stop doing this, you know? So, yeah. So this is nice. We could double up, get a couple demons up in here. Ugh. Oh, the Cable. You know, it's crazy. Like, Cable, what is he? Like a pull 1 card? And like, when you're first using it, it's like, whatever. You know, but then it's like, now when a Cable happens, I'm like, what did you take from me? What did you steal from my deck? It could be anything. Yeah, so we're going to be filling up our hand. Which I don't know if that's a good or a bad idea because we're taking away the opportunity to get, oh, that's kind of cool, to get magic. Could go here and here. Buff that up a little bit. I'm wondering, it's definitely possible that they have a Killmonger, huh? Put this here for now and see where we want to go with this. Yeah, they're not going to Killmonger though. They got a Sunspot. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Put this here, put this here. Not sure if this will work. Let's find out. They don't have a Sarah or anything. So, like, they can only put down so many cards. They're going to need 7, 9 on the left. In the middle, they're going to need 8. So, let's see. And for some crazy reason, the arrow would be fine. Boom! Dang. 3-0 with this deck. I do miss these kind of decks. Like, I miss playing Majantress more. I miss, you know, the other She-Dub deck I was playing. I miss playing, like, Agent Dino. I like decks where there's just, like, this, like, kind of like creativity, just kind of like going with the flow of things and seeing where things go, you know? I don't like these, like, linear decks where it's just, like, just do this. Like, that Shuri deck I've been playing. Like, it's like, you know, try to set up like Cosmo and Armor, get Shuri on 4, get Red Skull, and then get Taskmaster. Boom, there you go, right? Like, there's a couple variations where you can like use Arrow and things like that, but like, I like this. I like this. I have fun with these decks. All right, let's do a couple more. Okay, we got our Hood, we got our She-Hulk. Don't want to do that. We don't want to just toss down Armor. Does it really matter? Not really. I'm all Maxwell. Yeah, I've been so reluctant to snap still, even with that Shuri deck, because that Shuri deck, it's been, oh, speaking of Death Wave, there we go. Yeah, even with that Shuri deck, like, it's so expected. So expected. So like, I'm afraid to like snap with it. Like, it's very rare. Like, people snap me plenty, and you know, I've taken some 4 cubers. So with this, I'm like interested in seeing. Ugh. Let's do this. I'm just trying to think, because they might love this, especially if they have like a Bucky or something like this. Death's Domain, man. And I should have armored their Nova. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I should have done. Magic would be a great card right now. Or next turn, you know? You're not Magic, you're a Viper. Oh, there's Bucky. See, the good thing is, if I do get Magic, then they can wave on 5, and it's not a big deal. Oh, you're not Magic, you silly card. Yeah, like 3-1, 1 loss. Like, I'm good. I'll retreat on that. Yeah, that last one was my bad. I shoulda armored the. There was 0 reason I shouldn't have armored that Nova. You know what I mean? But the amount of times I've blindly put a card on a location that's turned into like Bar with No Name is madness. Madness. So it's like, I think the play is to play Sunspot, like, unless you see Moon Girl in your hand, because Quinjet is literally only there for Moon Girl. And that's something where I'm like, like, should we have an Agent 13 or just something in here, like something else, so Quinjet isn't just there for like 1 card, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, little Zabu action. Well, here's Moon Girl. But, oh, that is nice. That is a beautiful Green Goblin coming out with a Jotunheim just sitting right there. Ah, by the way, going to see Ant-Man tonight. We were supposed to see it last week. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do I want to do this? Why not? Why not? Turn into a little symbiote, Moon Girl. You could use a little venomized version, you know what I'm saying? Go for double She-Hulk. Dang it. That screws me up. I can go here. I can go here. I can play 2 She-Hulks next turn. Oh, I don't know if I can do the math. What happens if I drop Quinjet? Then this one will be 0, right? Right? That'll be 0. Or it'll be 1 less. So one will be 4, one will be 3. So it literally doesn't matter. Not liking that. So you'll turn into 16, right? You Zolas. 16, so that'll be 24. That's got to be a Zola, right? Has to be. Has to be. Has to be. Give me 4 cubes. Give me 4 cubes, Blue Steel. You ain't fooling nobody. You ain't fooling nobody. Get out of here. Taking us up the ranks. Woohoo! People think they're slick with the Zola. They're not slick. They're not slick. Here you go. Have a little fist bump. Yeah, that magic threw us off for us. Like, look at that, rank 92. I might. Hold on. Let's wrap this thing up. Well, what I was gonna say is I might keep using this deck. I might keep using this deck. It has versatility. I don't see why it would be any worse than using one of these other decks that has like a Series 4, Series 5 cards in it. Like, this is solid. Like I said, I've been thinking a lot about using the She-Dub deck for days now. I'm like, there's no reason that deck shouldn't work. So the deck, when I was using that deck, I was climbing like crazy, and it was so it was right around the time She-Hulk came out. She-Hulk was the first Series 4 card I got. Like, when she came out, I'm like, this card's gonna be gangster, right? And I was running that deck. I was ranking up like crazy, and I was like, people are gonna catch on to this. And people somewhat started to, but like, I don't remember why I stopped using it so much. But yeah, my brain just keeps going back to it. I'm like, that's a solid deck, and I don't think it's been used enough for people to really suspect what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, sure, when you skip a turn, like, I've had a couple people use it on me, and I'm like, I should have known better. But yeah, I do think this was solid. It was a deck I was about to start using, so like, I'm not surprised that TLSG like reached infinite. Like, you just saw, like, I got up to 92. I only need 8 more ranks. I think I'm going to go back and forth between this and that Shuri deck, because that Shuri deck is beyond predictable. I can't tell you, like, especially because my hesitancy to snap, like, I'm winning 1, 2 cubes at a time. Every now and then I get 4. I'll tell you, lost quite a few 8 cube games, but yeah, I think this is solid. Again, not surprised TLSG hit infinite with it. I'm gonna link his video down below, because always remember with these deck check videos, my play style is gonna be different than the creator's play style. So check it out, see how I play, see how they play. For example, TLSG probably would have armored that Nova that one game. So yeah, everybody, we got 8 days. No, how much longer do we have in this season? How much longer do we have? Let's check it out together. We got 2 weeks. We got exactly 14 days left in this season. I thought it was only a week. I was stressing, but I think we're good. I think we're Gucci on that. So yeah, go ahead, give this deck a try. I'm gonna link TLSG's video down below. Awesome creator. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, go check him out. He does daily videos. He's always testing out new decks and everything. I don't have a chance to check all of them out. Once I hit infinite, I'm a little bit more liberal with how many how many decks I'll check out. You know, usually I hit infinite pretty quick, so I'm able to do that, but now I'm like, And speaking of too, hang tight on the final deck for the Shadow King contest, especially because I'm trying to get out some of these like pull 3 videos and stuff like that. But don't worry, it is coming. It will be like this week, okay? So chill, I'll keep in touch with all of you guys. I'll let you know, all right? But that's all I got for this video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We're trying to get as close to 8,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So we got 8 days. We're at like 75 hundo, all right? Just come join the family, all right? We got a Discord server down below. I do monthly giveaways for the season pass. Follow me on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ. That's linked down below. So have a good one. I'll see you next time.